Hello beautiful souls, this is a new digital file that I created, and they are mailboxes, mini mailboxes, and they have sentiments on top. This one says postal, mail, and love is only 3 sentiments. There are 9 altogether, and I did do a layering piece. Well, this is the layering for this one. This is the base. Because I like, you know, tags that are sturdy or embellishments that are sturdy, and I had to do this for this one, and you will see it. You will see why when I show you the examples. And these are the little envelopes that go with it, and we will have a tutorial after I show you the examples. Okay, so I will show you 2 different ways that you can decorate or embellish the mailboxes. So this is one way. That the mailboxes will be embellished. So these down here, you cut them out and then you match them up to the mailboxes. And I did put them on dimensional, so they do have a dimensional, a double-sided adhesive foam. And of course I added, you know, little extra embellishments there. Okay, so as you can see here, they're embellished with this layering piece here. Another alternative is using these images. As you can see here, they are doubled, but this one is attached to the envelope and this one isn't. So this is another way you can embellish the front as opposed to putting this one. Okay? And these are the envelopes. Look how cute. And it does have the little stamp on it. Let me see if I can show you. Okay, I'm going to show you this one because it's lighter. As you can see there now, the little stamp on the envelope. Okay? So that's how I done these. I used the images and put them there in the front instead. And these are also embellished with little gems and flat back pearls and ribbon and appliques. Okay. Now another alternative, which is one of my favorites. You know what? I love making charms. Well, I've made the envelopes into charms, as you can see here. Isn't that pretty? I'm not going to do a tutorial on how I did this because I gave an idea on how to create embellishments, printing out images and putting them on polymer clay, and I will link that video in the description box below. And the key to doing this is you print the images out. So you will print this sheet out on copy paper, not on cardstock, because you don't want this risen here. It's pretty much flat. It feels like there's nothing there, like it came like that. Okay, so that is the key, printing this, only this sheet out in the to make the charms, and copy paper and regular copy weight paper. Here's another one. And yeah, I've added some resin roses and some of these are glass rhinestones. These are like nail art. They're for nail art. And here's another one. Isn't that pretty? I love the way they turned out. And I did a fourth one. So pretty. I love the way these came out. Okay, so on with the tutorial. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these pieces out, and I will show you how to assemble this. So I got all my pieces cut out. On the mailbox, there is this line, this very thin line. Let me see if I can put some more light up here so you can see. This thin line right there, you're going to cut that with an X-Acto knife. Okay? You're going to do that before you glue these two pieces together. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to glue this. So you're going to cut this out in one whole piece like this. Both of these envelopes. Okay? And you can go ahead and distress around that if you want with your ink. This makes it much easier to assemble as opposed to cutting out the little pieces, you know, these parts separately. That's how I first did it, and I said, you know what, that's too much work. So I ended up attaching them. Now when you do the charms, of course you will cut this in half because you're going to need the front and then the back on the clay pieces. So you will cut this in half. We are going to trim this, and the reason why we're going to trim it is because it's going to be a little bit too wide for the, you know, to put in here with this one. And the reason why I didn't have that already done in the digital is because I like the size of this to put on the charms, to, you know, to create the charms with it, and it has that extra border around it. Okay, so that's why I didn't already have this smaller. Okay, so you see what I mean? You cut it in half so you can have one side and then you can have the other side. So we're going to glue this down first, and then we're going to trim it. And it's not going to affect the envelope in the back at all. You will see that. So I'm going to trim right around on the outside of that blue edge. Okay? Let me show you that again. I'm zoomed in, so I forget that I'm zoomed in. So on there's a blue edge here, and I'm going to trim right on that, on the outside of that blue edge. And you will do this to make, you know, to put it in the mailboxes. You will do that to all of the bigger size envelopes only, not the smaller size. I will distress this again, but I'll do it off camera for the sake of not having a long video. So you see, it doesn't affect the envelope at all, but it does need an edge. So you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Now what I like to do, and I highly suggest doing that, is you put these in that slot first before you glue it down here, because you don't want to glue this part here and then you're unable to slide this in, right? So I'm going to say about here and there. Now I can add my glue, and it's double printed because I don't like wasting paper. Okay. Because now you see where the envelope is in the back? You're gonna add your glue right under that. Okay, I did add glue all the way to the edge here because this will be completely glued down, but not this part. Now I'm able to put this on. And now I can slide this out. So there, and this is one of the ones that I first did, because if you notice here, they don't have that rose here, but it has it here. And the reason why I took it out is because I ended up doing this instead. And if you want to put this here instead of this one there, if you put it here, the rose is going to show. So that's why I ended up taking it out. But you know, I had already cut these out and I'm not going to let them go to waste. So that's why you see the rose here. But when you get the file, when you purchase the file, it won't have that on the mailboxes. Okay. Alright, now I'm gonna put this here instead, since it does have the rose. But like I said, the alternative is you can use the little images and put them there instead. So you would, the same thing the same way I'm gonna put this here is the same way you would put this here if you use that instead. Okay, so I'm gonna use this double-sided adhesive foam. And you will be able to find these little lace pieces easily that matches with each mailbox. Okay, so there you have it. This is pretty much done. You can embellish, you know, you can further embellish them the way that I did. Well, not the way that I did, but the further embellish it. You know what I mean. Okay. And now you're able to slide that in. That's not it. And slide that in. Okay? Easy peasy. Right? It's quick and easy. Alright, so it is available on Teatime and Dolls Etsy shop. It's available now. The information is in the description box below. So with that being said, let's share, be fair, be filled with love, and love one another. Take good care, everybody.